In a time of silence and stars, one poet whispered truths that still awaken hearts today. In ancient Persia, a seeker asked, "How do I become whole?" And Rumi replied, "Tune your ears to acceptance. Witness with eyes full of sympathy. Let love dictate your words." This is not just a story of healing. It's a journey into the soul, and love is the only guide. In the golden light of a 13th century Persian morning, a young seeker enters the courtyard of a Sufi lodge. Rumi, wrapped in a white robe, is seated beneath a blooming pomegranate tree. The air hums with silence and stillness. The student bows and asks, "Master, how do I become one who understands others?" Rumi lifts his gaze and smiles. "Tune your ears to acceptance," he says, "not to judge, but to hear with the heart." Later that day, the student sees a beggar arguing with a merchant in the bazaar. His first impulse is to turn away, but Rumi's voice echoes in his memory, "Witness with eyes full of sympathy." So he pauses. He sees not just the anger, but the fear behind the beggar's words, the worry behind the merchant's frown. Something in him shifts. Judgment melts into understanding. That night, the student returns to the lodge. Another pupil is weeping alone under the moonlight. The student kneels beside him. He wants to offer comfort, but words feel heavy. Then he remembers Rumi's final teaching, "Let love dictate your words." So softly he says, "You're not alone. What breaks you now will shape your light tomorrow." The other student meets his eyes, and in that silence, healing begins. Days pass. The student grows quieter, more present. One evening, Rumi finds him sweeping the courtyard, lost in thought. Rumi speaks, "You have learned the essence of love, not in books, but in being. When the ears listen with acceptance, the eyes soften with sympathy, and the tongue is led by love, the self begins to heal." Later that night, the student lights an oil lamp in his room. He sits before it, watching the flame, and he whispers to himself, "Let love lead." His heart no longer clings to the past or rushes to the future. It rests in the now. Rumi's words live not just in his mind, but in his breath, his gaze, his voice. This is how Rumi Love Poems heal, not by instructing, but by awakening what was already there. If this video touched your heart, subscribe. It's inspired by the timeless wisdom in the 7-book Rumi collection by Dr. Farid Mostaman. Whether you seek healing, love, clarity, or growth, these teachings will guide you inward to the truth of who you are.